Hello students, we are going to work out a process costing problem in this video. It is a typical problem where you are just going to prepare the individual process ledger accounts and to value the abnormal loss or gain if any. Let's proceed into the problem. Product A is obtained after it is processed through process X, Y and Z. Three processes are there. Three processes are involved in the manufacturing of this product, namely X, Y and Z. They have given us the cost information for the month ending 31st March 2013. They have given the cost information for us for the year ending 31st March, for the month ending 31st March 2013. And see the information given to us in the table. Number of units introduced into the process, that is 1000. That will not be given for subsequent process. Raw materials introduced will be provided for us only to the first process, because that materials will keep on transferring to the next processes. Because you know very well the first process will be started with fresh raw materials and the output of first process will become input to the next process. So there will be raw materials available only to first process. So how many units are introduced? 1000 units in the process X. At what rate they are introducing that raw materials? Rate per units of introduced is 8 rupees. At the rate of 8 rupees per unit, they are introducing that raw material into process X. Then you have cost of other materials. This will be there for all the other processes. Then direct wages, all processes are given. Production overheads. Then normal loss, it is given as a percentage of number of units introduced into each process. They have given normal loss percentage. That percentage of normal loss should be calculated on the number of units inputted into the respective processes. At the same time, the units that are normally lost in the process of manufacturing is sold as a scrap. Normal loss units and ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, scrap ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So for selling the normal loss scrap, there should be a scrap rate per unit that is given to us, value of scrap per unit, that is 4 rupees, 8 rupees and 10 rupees for the XYZ processes respectively. And also they have given us the output in each processes. Actual output, that is the actual number of units manufactured in each processes after all kinds of losses and gains. And other than that, they are telling that there is no stock in any process. You are required to prepare the process accounts. You are required to prepare the process accounts. Let's directly jump into the solution. Let us start with process X account. Process X account and start ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. It's a ledger account with units, rate and amount, or units and amount columns ಎರಡು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರೇಟ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೂ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. On debit side of the process X account, you should enter the materials that is inputted into the first process, that is the raw materials. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಶುರು ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಂಟ್ರಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಆನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸಸ್. So that raw materials introduced should be entered on the debit side, that is to materials introduced 1000 units at the rate of 8 rupees. So that should be 8000 rupees. After that, there is subsequent other materials introduced. These other materials or the small materials which are used in the process of manufacturing, this will be given for all the processes. So for process X, the materials is 5200 as given in the question. Then direct wages for process X, that should also be given in the question. And production overheads, that will also be available for us in the question. Once you enter all these expenditures on the debit side of the process X account, Go to the credit side. The first item on the credit side should be normal loss. As it was given in the question that 10% of the input is normally lost in process X. 10% in the sense the number of units introduced into this process is 1000 units. So 10% of 1000 units, that should be 100 units. This 100 units normally lost, it will become scrap. It is not useful for manufacturing finished product. That scrap is normally sold in the market. There will be a scrap rate for that. That is also given in our question. 4 rupees per unit. So 100 units of normal loss which is sold at 4 rupees per unit, that should become 400 rupees. So after the entry of normal loss on the credit side of process account, we have to check if there are any abnormal items. The number of units inputted into the process X is 1000 units and normal loss is 100 units, that is normal loss is gone, damaged, scrapped. So the remaining balance should be 900 units should be produced. This is your expected number of units to be manufactured, that is expected output. When you look at the question, they have given actual output. Look at the question, they have given actual output. Yes, 900. So the expected output and actual output is same number of units. That means there is no chance to get any abnormal units. The expected number of units and the actually manufactured units are same. Therefore, we don't have any abnormal loss or abnormal gain in this case. Hence, you should just close the process X account by totaling. On the debit side, you have 1000 units and the amount column total should be 22,200. Bring the balance to the credit side totals as it is and balance it. You should get 900 units. Amount column balance, you should get 21,800. This is transferred to process Y because the output of process X should go to process Y, that is the procedure in process accounts. And you can also calculate the rate at which this output is transferred to the next process. Process X ಇಂದ process Y ಗೆ ಇದು ಯಾವ ರೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ದ amount of transfer divided by number of units, that is 21,800 divided by 900 units. Amount is 21,800 divided by number of units 900, so that you will get 24.22 per unit is the cost of output transferred to the next process. Cost of output per unit transferred to the next process. Once the process X account is completed, go to the process Y account. In the process Y account, this number of units, that is 900 units and 21,800, that should be taken on the debit side to transfer from process X account. Process X in output ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೆಲಸ ಇದೆ ಫಿನಿಶ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ. That additional work will be performed in the process Y account. Hence, the output of process X is transferred to process Y account on the debit side. To transfer from process X, number of units 900 at the rate of 24.22 per unit, and the amount is 21,800. After transferring the output, you should take the all other expenditures incurred in this process on the debit side. Look at the question. Process Y account, the expenditures incurred in process Y account, that is materials 4,000, direct wages 7,360 and production overhead 7,360. After finishing the entry of expenses on debit side of process Y account, go to the credit side. The first item should be normal loss. As given in the question, process Y account will have a normal loss of 20% of input, 20% of input. Process Y account is having an input of 900 units. So you should calculate 20% of input means 900 into 20 by 100. That should be 180 units. 180 units. This normal loss has become scrap. This is wasted. This is not useful for further manufacturing process. Hence, this can be sold out in the market for whatever price it is available. And that price of that value of scrap sold from process Y is given in the question for us. That is 8 rupees per unit. So 180 units of normal loss is sold as scrap in the market at 8 rupees per unit. So 180 into 8 rupees, that comes to 1440 rupees. That's the value of normal loss. After the entry of normal loss, the next item you should consider is to check if there is any abnormal items. To verify if there are any abnormal items. Two types of abnormal items can be found out normally. Not both, either one of the abnormal items can be found out in any process account. One is abnormal loss, the other one should be abnormal gain. To see if it is having any abnormal loss or gain, you should compare. Look at the number of units introduced into process Y, that is 900. From that 900, if you subtract 180 units, that is normal loss, so you should get 720 units. You should get 720 units of expected output. 900 units anna process Y ge introduce ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಬೇಕಾದರೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ 20% ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾರದೆ ಮುರಿದೋಗುವಂತಹ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸು. ಸೊ ಅದು 180 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆ ಥರ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 900ಅಲ್ಲಿ 180 ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು 720 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಗಿ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. But it is given in the question that you are getting only an output of 680 units. Where is this 680 units? That's given in the question. See here. So, we are expecting 720 units of output, but you are actually getting only 680 units. That means there is a shortage. 680 units matra barta ide antandre there is a shortage of 40 units. That shortage is treated as loss, that is abnormal loss. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗಿನ ಲಾಸನ್ನು ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ದ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಬೋವ್ ದಿ ಅಲೌಡ್ ಪರ್ಸಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ abnormal loss. So in this case 40 units of abnormal loss. Make an entry of abnormal loss on the credit side of the process Y account, and you should find out the value of abnormal loss units. You should find out the value of abnormal loss units by using the formula. The formula is total costs, total process costs. In this case, if you see, the total process cost is 40,520. Total process cost is 40,520 minus value of normal loss, minus value of normal loss, that is 1,440, divided by expected output, divided by expected output. That expected output in this case is 720. So the formula should be 40,520 minus 1,440 divided by 900 minus 180. 900 minus 180 means 900 is the input, 180 is the normal loss. So if you subtract, you should get 720, that is the expected output. So that comes to 39,080 by 720. When you divide that, you will get the abnormal loss value per unit. When you divide this, you will get abnormal loss value per unit. That amount should be multiplied with 40 to get the total value of abnormal loss. To get the total value of abnormal loss. Why you are multiplying with 40? Because 40 is the abnormal loss units. 39,080 divided by 720 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ abnormal loss value per unit ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. Abnormal loss value per unit. ಆ per unit value ಅನ್ನು into number of units of abnormal loss. Number of units of abnormal loss is 40. So into 40 ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ you will get 2171. That should be the value of abnormal loss, and abnormal loss per unit is 54.28. 54.28 ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್? 39,080 divided by 720 ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ 54.28. So 54.28 into 40, you will get 2171. That's the value of abnormal loss calculated based on the formula. After entering abnormal loss, just balance the account. Total it on the debit side, you have 900 units, and the amount column you have 40,520. Come to the credit side, enter the same number of units, that is 900, and amount 40,520. Just balance the account. When you balance, you will get 680 units in units column, and the amount column will be 36,909 when you balance it. Balance ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, 40,520 minus 1,440 minus 2,171 ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ 36,909. So this will be transferred to the next process, that is process Z. Before transferring to the process Z, you should find out the cost per unit at which it is transferred. To calculate the cost per unit, divide 36,909 divided by 680. 36,909, that is the value of amount divided by 680 units. You will get 54.28. That will be the closing of process Y account. Next, this transferred amount and unit should be going to the process Z account. Start process Z account and bring the balance of process Y account, that is transfer to Z. So the first item in the process Z account should be to transfer from process Y. What is the number of units transferred? That is 680. Enter it 680 at the rate of 54.28. The amount is 36,909. That's the first item, that is coming from process Y to process Z, input. After inputting raw materials, you write the other expenditures incurred in the process Z account as given in the question, that is direct materials 2,050, direct wages 2,800, production overheads 2,800. These informations will be given to us in the question. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು, ಲೇಬರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು, ವೇಜಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು, ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಓವರ್ ಹೆಡ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕ್ವಶ್ಚನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಬಂದು ಆಯಾ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. It's a simple thing. Once you finished entering all the expenditures on the debit side of the process Z account, go to the credit side and first item normal loss should be entered. At any cost, credit side first item you should remember normal loss, then abnormal loss idre. If it is abnormal gain, it should go to the debit side. Now, normal loss percentage, it's given in the question, that is 25% of input. 25% of input. In this case, input is 680. So calculate 25% of 680, that comes to 170. Process Z account nalli normal loss 25%. 25% ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್. ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಝಡ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 680. ಸೊ 680 into 25 by 100, that should be your normal loss, that is 170 units. This normal loss units is also sold as a scrap, and value of scrap is given in the question for process Z. Question ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. ಸಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್, value of scrap per unit is 10 rupees for process Z. So at the rate of 10 rupees, 170 into 10, you should get 1,700 rupees. That is the value of normal loss. After making entry of normal loss, see if you have any abnormal loss or gain. Total number of units inputted is 680. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 170 loss subtract ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಟ್ರೆ you should get 510. You should get 510. That is the expected output. Expected output is 510. But actually, what is the output given in the question if you see 540? 540. See? Process Z ಅಕೌಂಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲಾಸು 25% ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗಮನಿಸಿ, 680 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್. ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ 25% ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 170. ಸೊ 680 minus 170, you should expect 510. Expected number of units output 510, but it's given in the question that the actual output is 540. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್. ವೆನ್ ದ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ದೆನ್ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಗೇನ್. That gain is called abnormal gain. Enter it on the debit side of the process Z account. Process Z account nalli debit side entry ಮಾಡಿ abnormal gain 30 units, and the value of abnormal gain you should calculate with the help of formula, that is total process costs. Total process costs andre you have to add this 36,909 plus 2,050 plus 2,800 plus 2,800. These 4 items if you add, these first 4 items abnormal gain value you find out madilvalla. So first 4 items anna add ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು minus normal loss value, that is 1,700. So if you add the cost, that should be 44,559 minus value of normal loss is 1,700 divided by 680 minus 170, that should be 510. So 42,859 if you subtract this, divided by 680 minus 170, 510. ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ you will get the abnormal gain value per unit. So multiply that with 100 so that you will get the total abnormal gain value 2,521. So enter it 2,521, and that per unit value is 84.03. That also can be entered into the rate column. Once you make the entry of abnormal gain value, close the process account. Total debit side you have 710 units. Amount column total 47,080. Bring it to the credit side, same number of units and amount, and just balance the account. Units column you will get 540 units. Amount column 45,380. Cost per unit you can calculate by dividing, that is 45,380 divided by 540, you should get 84.03. This should be transferred to finished stock account. This should be transferred to finished stock account because this is the last process. Z process is the last process. There is no other process after this. Therefore, you are closing the process accounts and transferring the output to the finished stock account. And it's very simple problem. Only thing is you should be understanding how to calculate abnormal loss and abnormal gain units, and also how to calculate the abnormal loss and abnormal gain values. To calculate the value of abnormal loss and abnormal gain, the formula we use is same. Process cost, total process cost minus value of normal loss divided by expected output. Abnormal loss and abnormal gain, both are same formula. And if you can see the value of abnormal loss divided by number of units, you will get the abnormal loss cost per unit. And in any situation, the price of abnormal loss and the output transferred will be same. Process Y account ಗಮನಿಸಿ, abnormal loss in a rate ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ರೇಟು ಒಂದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ 54.28 54.28. ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಗೇಯ್ನು ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಗೇಯ್ನ್ ರೇಟು 84.03 ಇದ್ದರೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ರೇಟು ಕೂಡ 84.03 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ವೆರಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅದು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಗೇಯ್ನ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ರೇಟಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋವಂಥದ್ದು. ರೈಟ್. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ doubts in this, you can contact me.